Good morning. I just wanted to start off this Saturday and my second broadcast by kind of giving you a little bit of rundown of what kind of games I like to play and get into one. We'll call it Freestyle Saturday. As you can see here, I play Origin for sure. I love every type of game, from Battlefield to Dungeon Keeper, which is kind of like a secret passion of mine, as well as the Mass Effect series. I was actually on a Comic-Con panel for Mass Effect last year. Loved it. Had some great people and got some autographs for it. On top of Origin, we got Steam. As you can see, Resident 164. I'll explain later the 812th that's attached with that piece right there. Off to the left, you can see my very wide variety of video games that I enjoy to play. Everything from Borderlands, Bioshock, Empire at War, or Total War. Also, I do have Empire at War. Some Fallout, which is a huge passion of mine, and some other great stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scroll through here so you can kind of get an idea of what type of gameplay, because I play all of them and I love to play all of them. I enjoy them very much. On top of that, I also have a couple other different outlets from Ubisoft, as well as our good friends over there that make Diablo and StarCraft. So let's go ahead and get a game started and start to get into this. Let's go down here. Let's just go to our installed ones at the moment. Got a lot of great stuff. This morning, let's do some Tropico 5. Tropico's classic game, very SimCity style, but a lot more satire to it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of it. I'm very excited about Tropico 6 that's going to be coming out with some multiplayer aspects. When I first got married, I was looking for games that my wife and I had in common, and she just couldn't. She wasn't a big fan of first-person shooters, so we had to evolve into a couple different type of gameplays. Huge fan of Civilization. And Tropico. Let's start a new game. A new dynasty. Let's call this one the Misha Dynasty. I named that after one of my good friends, Roger Whiting. He had a character named Misha that he enjoyed to draw, and I enjoy the name, so I picked it up a little bit from him. Okay, let's design our guy up a little bit. Let's see here. You can kind of see him from the back there. I'm going to spin him around for you. Let's go ahead and do some things. I actually enjoy playing female characters in most of the games. Strong, dominant females. Mass Effect, for instance, female shepherd, really is the only way I played Mass Effect. I enjoyed it the most. Let's cycle through a couple names here really quick. Adriana. We'll do Alba. Alba Misha. Now, some of the skills, if you haven't played Tropico before, there's some skills in here that are very important to take note from because you can have some short-term skills or some long-term skills that'll help you out. Let's do the grants are nice. We're going to start off by doing global effectiveness by 2%. And what that means is that all the buildings will produce or do quality about 2% better, allowing you to sell more goods out there into the marketplace, giving you more freedom, of course. Let's do Asian. Let's do this one. Here we go. Alba Misha. Now we can dress her up a little bit. Let's do General, Colonel, Angel, Steampunk. Let's go Steampunk. I actually wrote a steampunk futuristic romance with my wife that's going to be coming out here next year, published. Enjoyed that one very much. Let's do the long hair. Let's do some black hair. Yeah, I like it. Here we go. Let's kind of skip through this opening a little bit.
Those people who established dynasties, so powerful that their names echo through the centuries. I'm one of them. New opportunities, no limit.
So, I'm a hardcore kind of guy. I like real challenge. We're going to make some serious economic and political difficulties. We are going to do just occasional on the disasters. They get a little bit ridiculous when you put them as often. You can see the differences between these two islands here. One's green and lush, and the other one has a lot more mining and materials. So there's a little bit difference in the type of materials that you can get out of it. We're going to play this guy right here.
The Caribbean, a lush and untamed land, my new home, beautiful and full of promise, a new beginning far from the politics of the old.
Welcome to the Caribbean. Allow me to introduce you.
I'm just going to pause it here for a second.
His Majesty's emissary to the region.
Perfect. Some of my favorite parts of the satire, of course, is these wonderful portraits and voices that give some real character to the game.
Greetings, old chap. Have I got a deal for you today? As Crown Representative, I can offer you your very own trading license.
The most important part about this piece, I mean, this will be how you kind of open all the games, but the free trade ship, I mean, makes a lot of sense. It depends on how aggressive you're going to be about getting resources and sending them off the island. I mean, different resources. So silver package might mean that your shipping will be out there will just be tobacco and silver, or the platinum package means that you can also have deals for coffee and tobacco and bananas, for instance. So I always kind of go right off the deep end, right off the bat.
His Majesty needs money to build a new underwater palace.
All right, so let's get some money built. see here. Get some natural resources, as you can see going through the tabs. Here we go, plantation. We got to make sure it's sugar. This map overlay, I love it. It gives you a really good idea of where the sugar would thrive. We're going to go ahead and put this right behind the palace. I'm going to leave just enough room for a road, because without roads, you can't move goods very well. Personally, I enjoy wrapping the palace with a road so that I can get all the way around it. Now will come and play later when rebels are involved in the game. Yeah, it's kind of important. Robert, while we're at it here, I'm going to go ahead and add another road. Kind of bring this up a little bit. Kind of extend this a little bit more. Here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a ranch in. One of my favorite things about, and I think it's hilarious that you got the options to do some llamas and pigs and whatnot. Let's wrap this plantation a little bit more. The reason is I want to put a ranch back here in the back. This is going to give you the ability to kind of fertilize your farm a little bit better. So you can keep this guy close. And a logging camp, as you can see, that there's definitely plenty of logging that you can get done back here. One of my favorites. So I pretty much spent all my money. I don't want to go too far in debt. You can see that it's dropping pretty rapidly. So we don't want to go crazy and go huge into debt, though. Don't be surprised. I mean, if you haven't played the game, you will go into debt. That's an inevitability. Not to sound like the Matrix, right? It's kind of sad, of course. We got our shacks opening up here because I don't have enough houses. And I don't have enough money to build houses, which it's kind of sad, but you're a dictator in a colony. Let's go ahead and...
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
You get to choose these pieces right here that will really dictate how well you're going to be able to do in the game. And for a long time, I always thought the money was the most important part. But when you're playing on the hardest difficulty, money's important, but what's even more important is staying in charge of the island longer. Gives you some more flexibility, and that's what's going to give you the greatest chance of completing the level. I'm watching our little construction guys run around through here. After you beat the first level, you get a little bit more colorful, really fun music, as well as a commentator who's on the radio talking all the time. Okay, our first trade ship should be arriving soon, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit because, well, as you can see, in the negatives, not doing great. Oh.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor. We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
So we need to go ahead and build a library when we get a chance. And of course, if we look through here, library costs $7 grand. I'm already negative 700. That's not necessarily great for me. Trade ship should be coming across soon, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to build myself a library. One of the perks is you get some upgrades. So let's speed this up just a little bit. Like SimCity, I enjoy the fact that you can change the game speed. Well, the trade ship will be coming along anytime now, I'm certain. Another important piece is to make sure that you have the roads kind of connected up. There's my trade ship. The road's kind of connected up so that the people can move around a little bit. I'll end up putting a road down below here, and even connecting the road up here, so there's not just a one path. I mean, if you live in any major city in real life, you know that this is just a disaster if you don't have enough roads, right?
We are the shadows that move the world. We rule in secret. We are the salvation of mankind. We are the order, and you will be one of us.
Of course, the objective of this mission is to go ahead and declare some independence, but you need popular support of 50%. Right now I'm at 18%, so not quite. We sold $2,500 worth of stuff. Not great, not awful. When you see these signs above your building, it means that there's nobody employed there, so you can't do anything.
His Majesty has commissioned the finest architects to design his new underwater home. We need your cash crops to pay for them.
You can see that here in the mission bars off the side. Let you keep track of your progress. $8,000 in the hole. There we go. The crown has sent us a little bit of money. I know I'm still in the negative, but I need to be able to create some more industry here, get a chance to grow. So I'm going to put together another plantation here. Let's see if there's something else that kind of grows well over here. Let's do some bananas.
I understand you are still struggling with trivial things like money. I will aid you this time, but remember, I offer my help only once.
Of course, you can accept the money, get yourself in the positive, or you could put it into your Swiss bank account. When you finally finish the game, it will keep a tally of how much money you decide to put into your own personal Swiss bank account. To start off the mission, to start on your very first mission, on the difficulty that I put it on, I highly recommend putting the money to where you can use it. Let's go ahead and add another. We're going to add another ranch out here. Let's build some road first. Let's connect this up as I talked about earlier. See how the goats would do out here. Yeah, the goats would do pretty good. Let's put a goat ranch out here. Now there's a mine out here, but I can't get to him quite yet because I need to explore.
Being able to stand on your own is a virtue I personally cherish. Self-sufficiency should be every country's goal.
There we go. Just need to be positive 15 grand. No, not a big deal, right? Here we go. Let's create some road out here because I want to create another logging ranch, as well as when I get my mines put in, I want to be able to take advantage of that. Let's go ahead and put this on the side here. There we go. Yeah, now the housing is getting a little out of control. I need to put in some housing for my poor people. You got some mansions, but they're expensive, and some country houses, which is, you know, common. You could drop them right over the top and crush these little shacks so that the place looks better, but not going to do that just yet. Let's create a couple of country homes. We'll create another road. Sometimes the auto road kind of does that. We'll accept it this time. You can see I got some fish out here, which I really need to take advantage of. Let's put a wharf out here. Of course, you can see in red, it's restricting the building, so I need to put it just the right way. Here we go. course you can see it. Let's the traffic flow smoother. Everybody can get to where they need to go. That's a good start. Now, these people running around, those are my Teamsters. And at this point, I really need to add another office before I get into trouble.
Governor, I've made contact with a certain group of not-so-reputable sailors who would gladly pay extra for our goods.
Let's get some research in here. Let's improve our farms. Take a few months doing that. Let's look at our trade ports. Bananas to the West India Company. Logs. Cheese. Well, I don't have the ability to make cheese, so that would be a tough contract to fulfill. Just like wool, I don't have any cotton up. So we're going to do bananas.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Now here's another important option that will really trip you up. If you import the revolutionaries, this is going to go up, right? And you need that in order to beat the level. Of course, you can make more money, so you can build more stuff, so people are happier with you. Yeah, I'm going with the revolutionaries. See them cutting down the trees out there. Still kind of hovering in the negative.
The burden of ruling twists our perception of humanity. To us, people are just a resource that has to be managed properly.
Built some new country houses. I need a new Teamster's office. And you can't go beyond negative 10 grand. So it won't let me build the Teamster's office just yet.
I say, being a crown colony is a kind of competition, one you are losing, old chap. The colonies of Puerto Coco and Isla Rojo are beating you badly.
This is kind of sad, of course. I'm super negative, and now I either need to go ultra negative or awesomely negative. But this extends my my reign on the island. I'm going to do that. It's the only way that you can go more negative than 10,000. I can see I got 2 ships running right now. That's going to be helpful.
Great news! While searching through the crates of colony supplies, we found a sickle. Now we have...
That's upgraded the farms. That's great news for us. Let's upgrade the ranches now. That way I can sell some more stuff. See, I'm almost completed with my sugar exports. Ugh. Still not to the point where I can build some stuff. But, almost done out here.
Governor, my special friends are ready to do more business with us. We just need additional ships to handle the workload.
I don't know that we have the ability to build that yet. Nope, the dock, 4,900. Not quite enough to build it. But we have the ability, like I said, to go negative. No plantations, but we could build a ranch or a wharf, another logging. I'm going to hold off just a little bit longer. Need another trade ship to get in there.
Someone stole my manuscript and published it under a pseudonym. It was an autobiographical story about 2 men on a mountain who want to form deep male bonds. They even stole the surrealistic chapter where fairies prance under a rainbow. The circumstances behind the theft are very queer.
So got lots of things going on over here in my goals.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Like I said, right now the name of the game is staying in power long enough to win the level. Aha, just enough. Let's build ourselves another dock. Kind of overviewing the island here. Like any good island,
Our research team, that is to say me, discovered the shovel.
a volcano going on, so that guy can go off at any time.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Some revolutionaries.
Our land is untamed and wild, but it is our home. We must do everything in our power to defend it.
Now we got another port up, we can assign another trade ship. Oh, I don't have a coffee plantation yet, so we're going to do some sugar.
In a flash of brilliance, His Royal Majesty figured out how to fix
Excuse me.
all of your island's problems through the construction of a single building.
Another plantation here. Let's open this up a little bit. Not quite enough. Not quite enough to build some more road.
Presidente, as you know, it is your will alone that keeps Tropico together. Without you, the entire island would crumble to dust and be lost forever.
27 cousins. That's just a couple. Let's go with the popular singing competition. That seems
As
very
the
fun.
air was born, all animals became quiet. A light shone through the skies, and La Chupacabra herself went to the crib and bowed to the infant.
Ah, yeah. I love it when it defaults for me.
There is no tomorrow without me.
I sat with 3 other members of the research team. Suddenly, it dawned on us. We're 4 men.
And then discovered foreman. Tobacco. put some more logging camps out there.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation.
Disaster. The revolutionaries are demanding that you insult the king. The best insult we could come up with was to name one of the most stupid and boring animals in Tropico after the king.
The king is not pleased to hear that you are naming an animal that grotesque after him. Things do not look well for you, old chap. His Majesty is extremely displeased with you, and has decided to punish you as an example to the other colonies.
Taking a little bit of a hit there. Okay, no worries. Got a little bit of confidence we can power through this. Of course, I just need money. Sounds familiar, huh?
My black market contacts say that they have a hard time finding our island. I suggest we build something tall and shiny to attract their attention.
Great news! We found out how to use the muskets the crown sent us. Apparently, all you have to do is pull the trigger. Our research was seriously hindered until we discovered you should not look into the barrel when pulling the trigger. We lost a lot of good men that way.
Come on, trade chips. Let's get in here. Got a couple more pods of fish I'd like to take advantage of, but I need some more teamsters for sure. And get those houses built. Ah, there we go. Not the dock. Just missed it.
His Majesty's plans have been hindered by supply shortages. To offset these setbacks, the Crown demands additional resources from the colonies.
See if I can sneak a house in here. Nope. Just missed it.
We just discovered the number of times you need to get hit by a plank to actually discover something. It is around 7, depending on the plank in question. We call this the plank constant. I am sure it will become very important one day.
I am afraid that your colony is still doing rather poorly compared to your neighbors, Puerto Coco and Isla Rojo. His Majesty is not pleased.
Oof. Negative 18 grand. Sounds like real life in some instances. Come on, trade chips. Give me some money. Being a slacker.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of
Almost. Come on, guys. Let's get another plantation in here. Let's do some pineapples.
I see the houses are ready. Unfortunately, the islands of Puerto Coco and Isla Rojo have kidnapped the managers intended for you.
Environmental. Let's get a little bit of extra background.
Construction of His Majesty's underwater palace has begun. The Crown requires a great many tons of your crops to help pay for this massive project.
Presidente, after suffering 1,000 paper cuts, We have invented paper. It has print on it, where there will be a summary of important affairs, interviews with important Tropicans, and a page with political editorials.
Add some effectiveness. That'll grow some more crops. And sell them. Oh, this missed it. Should have pushed it half a second sooner. It's killing me. So close. There we go. Alright, finally get a little bit of money. Let's do some of the guys out here. And I'll be able to access those mines finally. Oh, look at that. Almost broken even.
I understand that you have a lighthouse, old chum. His Majesty wants you to appoint a royalist as the new keeper of the lighthouse. It is of the utmost importance.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I need the support. Let's look at some edicts. I haven't done any so far. Let's do a little popular one. Let's do some extra rations. That makes people happy. I'm going to put one extra dock over here. I'm going to flush out a little bit of infrastructure over here. Access to the mine. Fantastic. Pig farm. There we go. Ooh, cocoa.
My friends the smugglers inform me that there's good money in buying and reselling goods at a profit.
Let's get one back up here. Pineapples. There we go. Make some big money. Ugh. Oh no. I'm thinking it won't let me put a dock up here. Okay. Might have to get a little creative here.
We have invented red tape. It goes well with everything, and there is no limit to this stuff. People are going crazy over it. Line.
Definitely need some more houses. Shacks are getting a little out of control.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Ugh, 29%. Alright. Let's get some more smugglers in, or some more revolutionaries in here.
The sea is too crowded. It is full of lost cities, rich American industrialists, and sleeping alien gods. His Majesty has no desire to mingle with such things.
Add a little bit more time to my tenure in office. Nope, like
Someone must really hate us. It is bad luck to have one tornado on your island, but we have several. It must be a conspiracy. The tornado outbreak is over. I have conducted a thorough investigation to determine who is responsible for these tornadoes. Based on the data, the culprit is... me? No, wait, that can't be right. Here is the rest of the report while I figure out where I miscalculated. We, the leaders of the Tropican nation, in our desire to put into words the will of the Tropican people to follow and obey the laws of the state and maintain the traditional universal Tropican values of liberty, peace, love, understanding, siesta, and hidden Swiss bank accounts, do hereby sign the first legitimate constitution of Tropico.
we're gonna rebuild it. We definitely need that stuff up and running. Desperately. Gonna spin around here. What other ships coming in? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm positive. Well, that's only happened since I started the game. It's the very first time. Should be able to sneak. Come on. There we go. While I'm out here, I'm gonna put another wharf out here. Or maybe not. Let's get this other mine up and running.
His Royal Majesty would like to know more about your island, old chap. Be a good fellow and send a few men out to explore the island a bit.
Alright, let's send them out. Let's really do some exploring. Farthest side over there. Got a free trade ship. Let's see what we can do with it. %, only 20% away from being able to declare independence. Looks like it's getting kind of busy. I need to add another Teamsters. Not yet. Sneak in a few more country houses and tear down some shacks. Yep, I'm that kind of president.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Yeah, that would be pretty popular. Let's cut some taxes. Really want to kick out a lumber mill here. Really increase my exports.
The expedition has made a wonderful discovery, a peculiar, wide-eared marsupial. What shall we name it?
So close. There we go. Cutting taxes only got me 2% support. I think that'd be a little bit more broad. You would think, at least.
Many people are ready to give their life for their ideals. You must be ready to take lives for yours.
Once I get in the positive here, I'm going to see what other edicts I could possibly put on here to try and win the game. Let's do a census. See if we can make some buildings more effective.
We, the people of Tropico, demand the right to bear rams. Wait, that's not right. There's a typo here.
Probably right. $32%. Not quite. I know what makes people happy. Houses. Giving them houses to live in would probably make them happy. Just a shot in the butt. Kind of thing. Come on, revolutionaries.
We shall defend our island. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. But it is best we fight from the safety of thick stone walls.
The dogs are definitely out.
People will come for the background ambiance too.
Only 2 years and 4 months left in office. 32%. Oh boy. just need to get 50% popular support so I can declare independence from the king. And I'm 18% away from accomplishing that. So we'll see if I can't sneak it in there. It's on the hardest difficulty, so I want to make it challenging. They do occasionally, but right now right now I just need to build some guard towers, see if I can't get some more revolutionary support. Construction seems to be complete. I'll have those in line. Only a year and 9 months left. Oh boy, it's gonna be close if I make it.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
So now I'm gonna let this run. I should be able to get to 15 grand, hopefully before the end. See if that doesn't kick me over the top. Come on, 35%. I don't know, it's going up fast enough. A little nervous. I'm not going to be able to beat the game today. At least this level. Uh-oh, 10 months left. Oh, and I'm down to 33% support. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Our army is ready to defend Tropico. Time to put it to the test. I know! Let's pick a fight with the pirates.
Well, the pirates are coming to get me. I only got 7 months left in office, so we'll see what that does for me.
His Most Gracious Majesty has dispatched your replacement, but he somehow managed to get himself kidnapped by vicious pirates along the way. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing they can prove, at least.
And on the beaches.
They're taking the long way. What the heck?
Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. I've learned of a secret.
Okay, let's build another library. Maybe that will do for us. We'll put it right next to the old one. Ah, damn it, 31%.
Someone must really hate us. It is bad luck to have one.
And of course,
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing.
His Majesty's Jubilee is approaching.
The tornado outbreak is over. I have conducted a thorough...
%. 8 months left. It is close. I got 3 months. Yeah, I'm at...
We are one step closer to developing the revolution's secret weapon. Thanks to your efforts.
35%. 3 months left. 1 month. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. 38%.
It's not you, Governor, it's us. With your mandate dwindling away, we realized
just
that
lost
this
the game.
relationship just wouldn't
Dang
work
it,
out.
so close.
His Majesty
38%.
asks, what about my needs?
12%
What about
away from
my
winning the game.
feelings?
Well, thank you for joining me for my lost mission of Tropico. It was on the hardest difficulty, so there's no guarantees of winning. That's the way it works. I really hope I hope you continue to subscribe and watch the channel. Later today, I'll probably put on another video, but this time not gaming, probably something more along the lines of writing. I appreciate the opportunity to put this on for you. Thanks.